To cool the housing market, the central bank has announced its sixth round of selective credit controls. Starting July 1st, the loan-to-value ratio for second home mortgages will be lowered from 70% to 60% in certain areas, including the 6 special municipalities, meaning a buyer must put down a bigger deposit. The central bank will also raise its reserve requirement ratio by 25 basis points, a move that could cause banks to tighten their lending conditions.
With home prices overheating, the central bank has announced its sixth round of selective credit controls to cool the market. It's decided to keep interest rates intact, but raise the reserve requirement ratio by 25 basis points. In certain areas, it will also limit second home mortgages to a loan-to-value ratio of 60%.
For second homes, a 70% loan-to-value ratio is a bit too high, so we are lowering it to 60%. There will be a 1-year buffer period to reduce complaints from homeowners who are selling one home to buy another.
Starting July 1st, the loan-to-value ratio for second home mortgages will be lowered from 70 to 60% in the 6 special municipalities, Hsinchu City and Hsinchu County. This means that a buyer must put down a bigger deposit, worth 40% of the property value. Meanwhile, the higher reserve requirement ratio will curb the lending capacity of banks. This could prompt banks to tighten their lending conditions, extending the home buying process and cooling the market.
We respect the central bank's decision. Yesterday it announced a 60% loan-to-value ratio for second home mortgages in the 6 major municipalities in Greater Hsinchu, along with an increase to the reserve requirement ratio. We respect the central bank's policy decision. At the time, I was able to take out an 85% mortgage. It doesn't create that great of a financial burden. I think that these housing measures just create an inconvenience for ordinary people. They don't make much difference to people who have money. I feel that housing prices will still rise. Young people really have it tough these days. Recently I had a look at where I live. The housing prices have gone up by 6 million NT in half a year. Buying one home is already hard enough. It would never cross my mind to worry about a second home mortgage being limited to 60%. That's a problem only for rich people.
In related news, the Finance Ministry will hold a meeting with the 8 government-invested banks to discuss fraud in the Young Homebuyer Program. They will explore ways to exclude speculators and uphold housing justice.